A wise man once said, "The grass is never greener on the other side of the fence. The grass is greener where one chooses to water it." Okay? Like if you don't tend to your pasture, your area, then it's gonna grow weeds, it's gonna break down, and it's not gonna last. Okay? And so long as you are not committed to your one area, your one relationship, your one business, but you keep looking at the other side of the fence, looking for better areas, better pastures, greener pastures, thus is the nature of the human mind. If you keep comparing to others, oh, they have this and my person doesn't have this. Oh, they have this and my business model doesn't have this. Then you keep going to those areas and then you realize, oh, this one fucking sucks too. It has all these problems too. Just like my person, just like my business did. And all these terrible areas are making me think the other side of the fence is even greener. So let me go over there. This is what we call shiny object syndrome, right? Shiny object syndrome doesn't just have to apply to skills, right? Shiny object or business models. Shiny object syndrome could apply to relationships too. Because where you're committed, where you pour time and effort, where you pour energy, more simply, is where the system grows. And where you start lacking pouring your energy, like if you start looking outside of your relationship and not pouring energy into your actual relationship, it starts to break down. This one starts to build up. This one looks amazing, and yours starts to look worse and worse and worse and worse. But it's not your person's fault, it's your fault. Because you're the one pouring energy somewhere else. And that energy has to come from somewhere. And so if you are 100% energy and you're pouring 100% into one person, but then you start pouring it into other areas, right? You're taking from this one. You're not just keeping this one the same, love is the same, whatever, and then you're pouring into other areas and it's like, dang, why does this new area seem so much better than my old one? It's because you're actually breaking this one down, right? If I start pouring energy into two different business models because the grass looks greener in that one, right? Or maybe it's instead of entrepreneurship, I'm looking at sales. It looks so much easier. It looks so much more fun. Look at those sales guys go. They make lots of money. They don't have to deal with people and and marketing and advertising and all these things. They just go sell the product that somebody else builds and fulfillment and all these things, right? If I start pouring 50% of my energy into sales now, and I'm testing out that, I'm reading books about that, I'm doing that instead of my business, and maybe they do complement each other, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. If I start pouring 50% of my energy into this second business model, this second thing, then 50% is actually being taken from my business. And now my business is not working and the sales career is not working, or these two business models are both not working now. And they both look like they suck. I look like I suck. Nothing's happening, right? The grass is greener where one waters it. And so focus on one area. Commit yourself to it. Commit. That means to decide to go after this. That means to cut off, right? Decide. Literally means to cut off all other options. Burn the boats, so to speak. Commit to your relationship. Be fully into it. People think if they're fully into a relationship, it's going to feel like they're locked down. They call it the old ball and chain, they call it. What a stupid fucking saying. You think if you're going to be fully committed to something, you're going to be locked down, but in reality, you feel more freedom. It feels good to be fully committed, to know for certain I am fully committed to this relationship. I am fully committed to my health. I'm not half in, half out. Sometimes I eat like shit. Sometimes I eat good. I'm fully committed to it. It feels good to be fully committed because you actually produce results. And those results compound, and that compounding of your results actually produces momentum. That momentum keeps you excited, happy to keep going, happy to produce more results. And so you see winners keep winning and losers keep losing because losers keep doing things that losers do that produce no momentum. It produces no results. It feels terrible, so they stop. Winners do things that winners do. They produce lots of momentum. They fully commit to their one thing, their one business, getting healthy, building relationships. They fully commit to their skill. And so they actually get good. They actually produce results. They actually, in turn, produce momentum. That momentum keeps them going to the next results and the next results and the next results. And so long as you can keep generating momentum, moving forward, you actually start hitting compounded rates of returns, accelerated rates of returns, right? Because skills results compound. Okay, so you don't move linearly up the ladder. You're getting better at first, then you dip. It takes a while, nothing's happening, and then you blow up again, right? And then you go up again a little bit linear again, and then you dip. Nothing's happening. Then you blow up again and again and again and again. And so you want to hit those compounded rates of returns as fast as possible. You can only do that if you're committed to one thing, pouring 100% of your energy and time into one thing over and over and over, fully committed, decided that you're going to do this one thing, deciding that you're going to cut off every other option is the only time you'll hit those compounding returns. And so like what I'm saying is if you try to do two things at once, nothing will happen, right? Because you're doing 50-50. If you try to do five things at once, none of them will work at all because you're doing 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. But if you want to hit all five goals in 10 years, do each goal for 2 years by itself and you can have every single one of them. 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. That by the end of your decade, you've completed all these massive goals. And people are like, how the fuck does he keep doing that? Because you're fully committing to one thing. Not 10 things, not 5 things, not even 2 things. One. That's all I have for you guys. Peace.